Hello everyone and welcome back to the Silicon Nubian YouTube channel where we're all about things tech. Today we're going to have a quick unboxing and a performance review of the Geil Super Luce DDR4 dual channel kit. This is a 16 gig total, 2x8 gig DDR4 kit. Beautifully designed, very nice design, and it has a red LED on top. Supposedly the faster the LED flashes, it indicates the temperature of the memory sticks, adding to a nice look within your case if it fits your build. So here's the box that it came in. These sticks are rated at 3000 megahertz, 8 gigs per stick, and they come with a limited lifetime warranty. And they're actually very well priced. So let's open up the box. And as I said before, afterwards, we're going to do a quick comparison with this memory set and the Corsair LPX 16 gig set I have running in my Ryzen system right now. We'll do some benchmarks and then we'll wrap it all up with a quick conclusion. So let's open up the box. Pretty unassuming, simple box. Here's a closer look at your RAM. Very nice. Tall heat spreaders. Again, they do have an LED at the top. You can't control it via software or anything else. I don't even see any stickers or anything, so it's pretty bare bones. So let's pull one out real quick. There we go. Here we are. First look. Geil Super Luce Luce. Very nice looking RAM. Feels very well built. Aluminum heat spreader with, again, the LED at the top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some performance test runs with my LPX that's in there right now. And we'll pop these in and see what they can do. I've seen on the internet where people have gotten these 3000 sticks to run at higher than spec at the same timings. If you want to see the timings of this, it's going to be in the description below the video. All right, so let's go and get to some performance and compatibility testing. So this is the system that we're going to be using to test the RAM. Presently, it is a Asrock AB350 Pro 4 B350 motherboard, AMD socket AM4 with a AMD Ryzen 1700 clocked at 3.8 gigahertz, 16 gigs of Corsair LPX 2x8 gigs, DDR4 3200 megahertz rated. I got to point out that even with the latest AGESA update, and all that info again for the particulars with respect to hardware and software are going to be in the drop down. I got to point out that this RAM has never been able to run over 2933 megahertz. So I've never reached its 3200 megahertz rating, even with upping the voltage to 1.4, 1.35, adjusting timings and whatnot. Could never seem to get it to go, although that might change in the future. That being said, it's been a rock solid system for me and a great gamer for me with the addition of the EVGA GeForce GTX 1080 FTW2. Prior to that, I'd had an RX 580, but because of the mining situation that was going on and whatnot, I sold that at a pretty decent price and got this card instead. It's been a great system. So what we're going to do, I've already benchmarked this system running at its specs that I have it at, the overclock specs. I'm going to pop in the Geil memory now and set the BIOS to defaults, start from scratch again, do some benchmarks, and let's see how the two RAM sticks do compare and how the Geil runs. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, so here we have the Geil RAM installed. Hope you can see the pumping effect of the LEDs. Supposedly, again, the speed at which this happens is indicative of the heat of the RAM. I'm not too sure, and realistically it doesn't really tell you much, but it is a very nice effect if you have a case with that color scheme, and they do have different colors available. I can tell you that it's running at 2933 without much issue whatsoever. Just make sure the RAM was set to XMP profile, select 2933, and boom, it works. With respect to the benchmark scores, I didn't really go heavily into benchmarking. I used some best marks, PC Mark, RAM test. And this is where the Corsair LPX actually held a slight advantage, scoring an average of 2,075 versus the 2,059 that the Geil Super Luce RAM scored. Now, this is most likely since they're running at the same speed due to the difference in timings, with the Corsair LPX having slightly higher timings, tighter, I should say, not higher, tighter, and the Super Luce being a little bit more relaxed. That being said, it's probably not going to affect performance in a perceptible manner, being that they're so close together. 2075 versus 2059, a difference of under 20 points, and really not much to talk about. Very, very minor. The look of the RAM is fantastic. I love it. My build's going to be red and black, so it's going to go perfectly with that build. The LEDs are not that overly bright, which I like. It's more like a hint. It doesn't blow and light up the whole area. I'm going to turn the lights off right now so you can see it even better, I believe. Not much of a difference, but in a darkened room, it'll probably show even better. That being said, the RAM is really good. So what I'm going to try to do now is some have reported on internet I should say not interviewing, but testing these RAM sticks. I'm going to see if I can get it stable at 3200 megahertz, even though the RAM itself is rated at 3000. But I've seen some reviews saying they've gotten it done by bumping the RAM voltage up to 1.4 volts. So we'll be right back. Okay, this is very impressive. Increasing the RAM voltage to 1.4 volts results in an immediate boot up at 3.2 gigahertz. Timings haven't been touched at all. And now my PC Mark, by the way, I'm using PC Mark Memory Mark version 9.0. The Memory Mark part of that test has gone up to 2,176. This is very impressive. It was 2,044, and remember the test results for the Corsair LPX was 2,075. Mind you, that's at 2933 megahertz. You wouldn't think such a big difference, but we're talking an increase in 100 marks, and I didn't have to touch the timings of the RAM at all. So this is very impressive for this set, considering it's rated at 3000. Potentially the timings are very conservative on this RAM because it runs at 3200 megahertz on my Ryzen system without an issue. I'm going to actually try one more thing. I'm going to see if I can dial it back to 1.35 volts, which is the standard, and see if I can still hit 3200 megahertz. All in all, so far though, 1.4 volts should be within the safe limit for DDR4 DIMMs. And I'm very impressed right now with this memory. Very impressed. It looks great. And I can get 3200 megahertz finally out of my system without much worry or care. So I'm going to leave now. I'm going to come back and tell you if I can still get stability at 1.35 volts for this at 3200 megahertz for this RAM kit, which is sold as a 3000 megahertz RAM kit. So I'll come right back. Okay, I'm back. Did the testing at 1.35 volts, 3200 megahertz, and the RAM has not even sneezed. Mind you, I haven't done extensive RAM testing like mem test or anything like that, but I've been benching it quite a bit. The RAM has obviously heated up. The heat spreader started glowing red almost continuously. Yet, I had no crashes, no issues, no stability issues. And I'm still scoring about 2174 to 2176 in its present state. 1.35 volts, 3200 megahertz out of a 3000 kit, advertised 3000 megahertz kit. I'm very impressed with this. Very, very impressed at the moment. I'm going to do some more casual testing off camera, of course. I'm going to play some Battlefield 1 and a few other things. And on a side note, I did run Cinebench, but Cinebench is really not a memory stress. No matter what memory and what memory speed, I was still getting scores of about 1680 on my overclocked Ryzen 1700, 3.8 gigahertz, which is about what you'd expect for something of that speed. Probably if I can bump it up to 4 gigahertz, I'd get another 100 or so points, but I'm happy where it is right now. No need to go further. So thanks for watching. Put comments down if you like it. Please give me a thumbs up. Tell people about the channel. Subscribe. If you don't like it, you know what to do. Hopefully you won't do that, but that's life. And take a look at us. We have a presence, hardware enthusiasts. If you like to build PCs and you like computer hardware, check us out on the Facebook group, PC Construction Zone. The links are below. We also have another general tech group, Technology and Computer Enthusiasts. And you could always look us up at the Silicon Nubian page as well. So take care, and thanks for watching.